something like this, where I'm dragging my mouse to that point. If I do this with my, let's get the key up, with our Shift key, so Shift Q and W, Shift Q, there we go, Shift W, and you just won't have to reach for that mouse and be dragging around as much anymore. So Q and W can be very, very handy at speeding up your editing in the timeline. I do have one more to sort of talk about in terms of our trimming, and that is our extend key. So if I wanted to extend this clip all the way up to here, for example, again, rather than having to drag it to that point, the shortcut key is, what's the first letter in extend? Somebody. Everybody together. I can't hear you. That's right. Thank you. So if I press E, nothing happens. What's gone wrong? It's a bug in the software. I'm going to complain to Adobe about this. No, there is a problem here. What I need to do is select my edit point. If I select my edit point and press E, it goes to where my playhead is. So that's a quick way to extend it, especially if the point you want to extend is a long way down your timeline. That's going to save you a lot of scrolling as well. Okay, so that's our editing and trimming. Let's have a look at what we can do with our multi-camera. So here I have some multi-camera footage of some guys playing guitar. There is a shortcut key to quickly bring up our multi-camera view, and that is Shift 0. Shift 0, I can now see I've got my 4 angles to choose from here, and I've got my record angle on the right. That's the angle that I'm committing to my edit. Now, I'm playing along, and I've got this nice jazzy guitar tune going, and I would like to change angles at this point. Now, if any of you have done multicam in Premiere before, you know that you can actually play and just use your number keys. And you'll notice that when I press the number key, there's a red box around that. And that's because it's actually recording my edits at the moment. And whenever I get this opportunity, I always have to do something like that, because it's going to really push my machine. And you can see it's recorded every single edit that I made just there. But that is not the trick that I'm talking about, because to be honest, I did live editing once in my life, where I had 2 cameramen on a field, and I was actually live editing between them, and I hated it. Never want to do it again. I don't like the pressure. I like to sit there and think about my cut points. So I'm not the sort of person to sit there and work with numbers like that. So the shortcut that I use is I'll get to the point in the song where I want to change angles, and rather than going 1, 2 in real time, I press Control 2. And that is actually, if you look here, it's made a cut and it's changed the angle at the same time. So I don't have to make a cut and change the angle in 2 moves, I'm doing it in 1. And I can do that over here as well if I want to go to camera 3 now, Control 3. And I've made the cut, changed the angle. And that's generally how I will work in multicam, except when I have a lot of angles and I'm sick of counting. Because I don't like sort of going here and going, all right, what angle do I like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't do it. I'm a much more visual person than that. So the way that I generally like to work, for you guys it's the Control key, for me it's the Command key. I get to the point where I want to change an angle, and I hold down Command and click the angle. It makes a cut and changes the angle.